My first experience with the love activators was I was moving into a new home with L'Oreal, um, and she had a couple bed sets stacked against the wall, getting ready to put them under the bed and enjoy her life thoroughly. And I walked by that as I was touring the house, and I thought that I walked by a ton of magnets. Like a ton of magnets. There was so much energy coming off that I was like, what is that? And she's like, well, go ahead and have a seat on it. And I was like, I couldn't even bring myself to do that. I was like looking at those boxes like, oh my gosh, what is that? I'm going to sit on a bunch of like energy magnets. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's going to like blow my mind through the roof. So I go over there and I sit down on it, and it was just so intense I had to get up like instantly. Too intense for me, and I didn't even want to go near it anymore because it was so much energy flowing through my body. And I was like, what was that? She was like, well, let me show you the rest of the house, and I'll show you what it is later. I was like, okay. And it had passed my mind. I'd forgotten about it, and some time had passed, and she was like, oh, you wanted to see what was in those boxes? And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. See what's in those boxes. And she pulls out a poster. And I'm looking at the poster paper like, no, you're joking. She's like, no, really. She goes over and opens up the corner, and it's just posters. And I'm just like, I felt that much energy off of posters. I was like, this is awesome. I was like, okay, I got to do a test on some of my friends. So I had a couple friends come over, and they too had a similar experience where they, I was like, sitting there talking to them gradually, like just kind of bringing them over towards that direction. And I'm just like, yeah, you can have a seat. And they sit down and their eyes just get all wide and they're looking at me like, what is going on? They're like, my legs are like pulsating. I was like, yeah, is it just like this rush through your body? Yeah, I'm just like, geez, this is awesome. So that was my first experience, and I was like, well, where do I get some of that stuff? Yeah. And L'Oreal was like, well, you should probably start off with something simple because you go through a lot of changes. You process a lot of things, and you release a lot of things. And if you try to do it too fast, you might injure yourself a little bit. Because, it's just really intense. So I started off with the love capsule, and I had the sheets underneath between the mattress and the box spring, and I think that was a very peaceful and enriching experience. I don't know. There's no way to describe the feelings or the things that I saw or the things that I went through or the places it took me and the shifts that I went through. And it was like, so subtle but so intense. And I went through those shifts and I was like, I'm ready for more. I'm ready to go. I am so ready to just shoot off into there. And so she's like, all right, I got, some extra boxes we can throw under your bed. So I got 6 boxes under my bed. And just from that point on, just constant movement. For example, of things shifting in my life. My mom's been smoking for a very, very long time. No desire to quit. And I had put a lot of energy and thought to that, something I was processing through because I don't want to see her ill at an old age. And I was putting a lot of thought towards it and thinking about it and how can I help resolve this. And it was like, somehow in my dreams and then back into reality, my mom calls me on Skype and says, I think I want to quit smoking. And I'm just like, that's cool. And then I'm thinking, here's my little brother, and he's, struggling with getting ready to go into college and stuff, and he's getting down, drinking and stuff, trying to, hang with everybody. And, I'm sitting there thinking, man, how can I help push him in the right direction? It's just like letting that love flow through my body and then sending that out to them. It's like, it happens, it shifts. He quits drinking, and he's in South Dakota right now at the School of Mines. It's awesome. But yeah, it's very emotional too because it's like, when you see these shifts not only in yourself and your friends and your family, it's just the whole world. You feel it. You feel that power to just, touch the whole world, and it's beautiful. And as far as the seminar, man, it's very nice when you don't have to sit there and step by step through a book or manual or whatever to figure things out in life. When you can kind of just pick somebody's brain just a little bit and be kind of downloaded with that information, you know, it makes life a little bit easier, and it gives you some time to really just take that knowledge and take it to the next level, like, and not just sit there and struggle through the same path. So I like to exchange knowledge to people as well as people exchange knowledge to me. And in the seminar, I felt like Corey Herter was one of the best articulate, I don't even know how to describe this. It's like getting a single line put in front of you with, I don't even know how to describe this. The words that you need to hear come straight out of his mouth, just like that. So it's not that lost circle, it's just there. So everything that you need to know and the way you need to know it can be learned through him. It's really exciting. It's really awesome.